Yo, what is up guys? Welcome to Venomous Animations, and I know it's been a while since I've uploaded, and I'm here to make up for it with this banger video. And today we're creating a unique piece featuring two iconic villains. I don't know about you, but I've watched Terrifier 3 and Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and I just thought these two movies were so iconic. If you haven't watched them, please check them out. This is what inspired this video. Those two movies inspired this video today. So basically, we're just gonna be throwing Leatherface holding out the clowns. And as I draw, I want you guys to capture the eerie atmosphere and menacing presence of these two horror icons. At the clown's twisted grin and Leatherface's intimidating mask are just a few details I'm focusing on today. I'm using Krita, a powerful digital painting software, to bring this artwork to life. It's free, you should check it out. The versatility of Krita allows me to experiment with different brushes, textures, and colors. I've downloaded many brushes. I've downloaded so many brushes to do my animations, even my drawings. So I suggest you guys do the same, but only use other brushes that other creators used. Only if you know you can do the things on your own. Otherwise, if you don't know how to do it, I suggest you first learn. And if you guys need help doing certain things without the brushes, I got you. All those videos are in my homepage or on my channel, so feel free to check them out. One of the challenges of drawing horror characters is capturing their essence without making them look too cartoonish. I'm paying close attention to the proportions, anatomy, facial expressions to ensure they look as terrifying as possible. That's what I struggled with the most when I was drawing this, because I'm used to more of a cartoony style when I'm drawing digitally, and when I'm drawing on paper, I go all out, you know. But that isn't a problem, because as I work on this piece, I'm inspired by the dark and twisted world of horror movies. The way the lighting and shadows come together to create a sense of tension and fear is something I'm trying to capture in this artwork. One of the challenges of drawing a scene like this is balancing the composition and making sure everything works together visually, making sure everything is clear, you know what I mean? So I'm paying close attention to the placement of each character and the negative space around them. As you can see there by the background, I was thinking maybe I'll put the Terrifier's body, or at the clown's body. I'll just call him Terrifier because that sounds better. At the clown's body in the background. You know, I thought that would actually make it look good. Maybe somewhere in the video I changed my mind. I just thought, but actually, it was my artwork. I just decided, let me do what I want to do. I'm also experimenting with different textures and brushes to give this piece a unique look and feel. Rough, gritty texture of Leatherface's mask is a great contrast to the smooth, pale skin of Art the Clown. Art the Clown has a pale yet sharp facial features. His facial features are so sadistic. Let me just say, Art the Clown's design is particularly interesting with his pale skin, dark eyes, and menacing grin. I'm trying to capture the subtlest of his expressions, making him look both unsettling and intriguing, mostly disturbing though. Leatherface, on the other hand, is a more brutal and intimidating character. His mask, made of human skin, is a terrifying detail that I'm trying to recreate accurately. One thing I love about drawing horror characters is the opportunity to explore the darker side of human nature. Humans can be the most loving beings, but also the most disturbing. What is it about this character that fascinates us, and how can we use art to tap into our fascination? As I draw, I'm thinking about the different ways I can use facial expressions and body language to convey a sense of menace and terror. I'm really inspired by the work of horror artists like Junji Ito and Mika Mignolia. Their use of bold lines, vibrant colors, and creepy textures is something that I'm trying to incorporate into my own artwork. By studying the work of other artists and learning their techniques, I can continue to grow and develop as an artist. I'm using a combination of digital painting and traditional media to create this work. The versatility of Krita allows me to experiment with different brushes, textures, and colors to achieve the desired effect. Plus, it's a great way to get a little messy and have some fun. And I suggest when you do some art, I suggest you listen to music. And for this kind of theme, I'm listening to a spooky playlist on Spotify. From classic horror soundtracks to modern electronic music. I've got a little bit of everything to keep me inspired. And if you're curious, I can share the playlist with you all in the comments below. Now that I've got the basics of the composition down, I'm starting to think about the finer details. What kind of textures can I add to the character's clothing and skin? How can I use shading and lighting to create a sense of depth and dimensionality? I'm experimenting with different brushstrokes techniques to capture the unique textures and patterns of the character's costumes. From the rough, burlap-like texture of Leatherface's mask to the smooth, painted-on look of Art's the clown's face's paint. And working on this piece always reminds me the power of horror art to tap into our deepest fears and anxieties. Whether it's the fear of violence, the fear of death, or the fear of unknown horror, art has a way of confronting us with our darkest fears and forcing us to confront them head on. Look, for example, the Ninth Circle or All Hallows Eve. You know, those people were so scared of so many things, and their fears came to life and they faced them. And I don't know if you guys realize, but I have so many layers. Like I have rough guideline layers, I have guideline layers, I have rough line art, but it looks like I didn't make a final line art layer because I thought the rough one was still good. So you can go as rough as you want. I go really rough when I'm doing my first sketches, but you know what they say, trust the process. Many artists don't do it rough like I do. I'm really rough. You guys, you can do whatever you wanna do, so long as the output is really good. It doesn't matter what you put into it, but what matters is the output. And I used to struggle with coloring like a lot, and then I asked my friend, like, how do you color? Because like he's really good at coloring. I'm like, how do you color, bro? And he's like to me, you just gotta lower the opacity and then color. And I'm like, that doesn't make any sense, but okay, maybe I'll try it out one day. And this was the first time I ever tried it out. So when you're lowering the opacity, you don't wanna just color with the lowered opacity. First you wanna lower the opacity and then like draw on the side, draw on the side. Then use your color picker tool and you pick that. Now your brush size will be like full opacity when you're doing that. So now you just pick the color and but don't worry about that. I'll just do a drawing tutorial or a coloring tutorial one day. So don't worry about that. As I finish up this piece, I'm thinking about how I can use it to tell a story or convey a message. Maybe it's a commentary on the state of the world, or maybe it's just a celebration of the spooky and unknown. Thanks for joining me on this journey into the heart of horror. It's always nice to find other fans who like the same thing I like, who want the same thing I want, you know. So if you guys really like this whole theme I did today, then let me know in the comments. And guys, thank you for watching this video, and stay venomous.